There's a reason why I named this video what the title says. The Lord put in my heart right after the election. I put a video called Obama Wins the Election or something like that anyway. But if you notice on that video, I said that the ones that voted for either candidate are going to go persecute the people that didn't vote. The Christians that didn't feel like either of these candidates were fit to be godly presidents, right? I gotta tell you something. There was never any candidate that was as clear about what their beliefs and what they stood for, as clear as these two candidates. That's why some Christians that were truly, it was easy to make a judgment, biblical judgment, and not to vote forward and vote for either candidate. I know you guys are familiar with AFR, which is American Family Radio. It's a Christian radio. Right after the guys evaluated they've been up all night and watching the election, and they saw their guy lose. What they did is they went ahead and they came back. Now it was time to start persecuting the ones that didn't vote. The title said what? How white evangelicals put Obama in office. I find that offensive. I know a lot of brothers that are not white, that are evangelical. They didn't find none of these guys fit to be president. Now, what does the Bible say about this? Why don't we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16. Chapter 4, verse 16. After Paul explains to the Corinthian church that he is their father, he's their spiritual father. If you start from verse 14 and you go to 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, start at 14, go to 16. At 16, what does he say to the church? He says, imitate me. Do what I do. Just watch my move. My question to you is, if Paul was here now, would he vote for either candidate? That's the question. Let's check out 1 Corinthians chapter 11. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 1. Paul shows you the chain reaction of our behavior and our conduct as Christians. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 1. Paul says, I imitate Christ, you imitate me. I imitate Christ, you imitate me. Would Christ vote for any of these candidates? Would Paul vote for Mitt Romney? Would Christ vote for Mitt Romney? Would Paul vote for Obama? Right? Here's the deal. This election was a dress rehearsal for what's to come. What's to come is, you remember, mark of the beast, right? In our minds, as very adolescent Christians, what we think is, when the mark of the beast comes, that we think it's going to be by force. No, it's not. The devil is going to manipulate you, as Christians, to take the mark. How does he do that? Just like he did at this election. It's all about your pockets, the economy, the employment. You can't do this, you can't do that. So everything godly becomes secondary. And you start thinking you're doing God a favor. You start thinking that what? That you're being biblical. You know better than God. You are social conservatives, right? And then you won't even know that you took the mark and you're going to take it. And this was a dress rehearsal for that. That's how we're going to know the goats from the sheep.